There are some materials you're going to need today while viewing this video. You're probably going to need your formula writing and nomenclature PowerPoint, your table E for polyatomic ions, your question sheet, which needs to be completed and brought to class, and then some paper and pen to take notes and bring that to class also. Please stop and review this presentation if you encounter any problems. Today we're going to talk about ionic compounds and using table E. We're going to be looking at ternary compounds. So these are compounds that have 3 or more capital letters, more than your binary. You're going to look for something called a polyatomic ion. The polyatomic ions are listed on table E. If it's a negative polyatomic ion, the way you're going to name it is take the metal, give the name of that positive ion, whether it has a Roman numeral or not, and then name the negative ion used from table E. If the polyatomic ion is positive, then usually we have a second part of that, which is a regular element that's not found on table E. The positive ion is named from the polyatomic table. And then we take the negative ion, if it's an element, change the ending to IDE. If you have both the positive and negative ions from table E, then you just use the table to name both parts. You're going to be seeing some examples to help you with this process.
Of an ionic compound that we're going to make. The example that's given is the copper 2 nitrate. So the first thing we're going to do is find the symbol. The symbol for copper is Cu. The symbol for nitrate, now it's not an element. So we're not going to look on the periodic table for this. We're going to look on table E. If you look on table E, you find nitrate is NO3. The next thing we're going to do is get the charge. Now, since it's a copper 2, we're going to use the +2 ion for the copper. The nitrate, we're going to get that one from table E, and you can see it's NO3 with a -1 charge. So this is the Roman numeral that we get the +2 from. And the other part is for the nitrate, and that is from table E. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to crisscross the numbers, not the charges themselves, but the numbers. Copper is going to be +2. And then the nitrate is going to be -1. However, this nitrate ion, you can't separate any of the parts. So what you're going to do is protect it with the parentheses and then do your crossing. So I'm going to cross over this 2, circle it, cross it over to after the parentheses. I'm going to take the 1, I'm going to cross it over to the copper. So I end up with copper 1, parentheses, NO3, and then a 2 after the parentheses. So now to clean it up, we know that we don't put a 1 in a compound, so we're going to remove that 1 and we're going to leave it as Cu, parentheses, NO3 with a 2 after the parentheses, and that is going to be our copper 2 nitrate. Now we're going to take our ionic compound and we're going to name it. Well, we're going to have the example Fe2 SO4, 3. We start with the positive ion. So the positive ion is iron. That's what Fe if you look it up. However, iron has different choices on the periodic table. So on the periodic table, it can either be Fe plus 2 or Fe plus 3. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the formula and crisscross in reverse. When that happens, that gives us a clearer picture of the charges on the ion. Which one do we need, 2 or 3? Well, if we do this, and we crisscross in reverse, Fe, taking this one here, becomes a plus 3. And then the sulfate, oops, sorry, gave it away, but it's coming up soon. The SO4 minus 2 ion, is that from there, the iron has the 2 after it. It goes now to the sulfur with oxygen, 4 oxygens. Okay, so the metal name, because we know it's the plus 3 ion, we have that down, it's iron, Roman numeral 3. Again, we need that Roman numeral 3 to distinguish between plus 2 and plus 3. Now we're going to name the negative ion. This is directly from table E. So, on table E, if you look up SO4 minus 2, it tells you it's sulfate. Do not make any other changes. Now to name the compound altogether, it's iron 3 sulfate. And that's what you had all the way up here.
Name the following compounds and bring your responses to class. Write the chemical formula for the following compounds and also bring these to class.